think the general consensus was that Katisha made the wrong choice picking Javen. They were not a good match, and that they probably weren't going to make it to marriage. I feel like that was an easy prediction. And I also think that was the general consensus amongst the other couples as well. We already know how Cal feels about the situation, you know, Demola's #1 fan. But Ashley as well, I feel like she was politely trying to tell Katisha, girl, what are you doing? And I think Megan was as well. And I think in the beginning of this batch of episodes, they were both just gaslighting themselves. They're both saying that they're not in love with each other yet and they're not going to force it. When Emma and Matt came to talk with the couples on the engagement moon, they're the only couple talking about, if it don't work out, it's fine, we can continue dating. And everybody was like, oh, that's a bit weird. Like, people were looking at them like they were unserious, because why are you even talking about dating? Why come on this show? I like, for me, I can understand if it doesn't work out, people continuing to date. But the fact that you're supposed to be in the honeymoon stage and you're already talking about this, yikes. So like I said, they were both gaslighting themselves about this relationship working out. The chemistry was barely there. But just kept fizzling and fizzling out. And both of them just looked more and more miserable as the episodes went on. Then we have a situation where there's the pod reunion where everybody sees each other from the pods. And Javen was just going around flirting with all the girls. Flirting with all of them. Just obnoxiously flirting. Katisha's trying to play the cool girl. Her homegirls are coming up to her basically saying, go look at your man. And she's just basically like, I don't care, like, if she wants to steal my man, he was never my man to begin with. But it wasn't even this, you know, territorial, protective tone. It was very much like, at this point, someone can take him off my hands. Somebody can take him off my hands for me because I'm tired. She was trying to play the cool girl, but by the end of the night, I think she was just fed up and just kind of felt embarrassed by the situation. I mean, he's flirting obnoxiously. People are now coming up to her, looking at her crazy. So she's fed up. And I think Javen knew that he was fed up when they ended up going home, and he's ignoring it. He's absolutely ignoring it because Katisha's quiet. Her face looks like a slapped ass. He didn't bother. I think maybe he might have asked her if she was okay, and she was like, I'm tired. But he didn't inquire further. I think it was very much, well, she's not going to address the situation. Neither am I. And he decided that the next course of action was to go out to the after party with the rest of the pop people. And basically, Megan came to snitch and report back and was basically like how Javen was flirting with all of the girls. He was flirting with Yolanda, he was flirting with Anu, he was flirting with Sophie, he was with Sophie in the photo booth and the curtains were drawn. And I feel like Megan was just very much like, this is the evidence. And I feel like at this point, Katisha was just basically like, I've just had enough of the embarrassment, and she couldn't fake it anymore. Like, she basically at this point knew that Javen was a big red flag at this point, and she was basically like, I kind of knew it, I had this niggling feeling, but I was ignoring it. But so it's like, you knew from the start this wasn't a good match. You weren't buying it from the start, and now you're here suffering for what? I mean, you got a nice holiday. You did get a nice holiday out of it. But yeah, not even Katisha herself was buying it, and there it is. And that just makes it a little bit more embarrassing, because it's like, I would respect it a bit more if she was truly in Delulu land. But yeah, it's very much the jig is up. But I'll talk about the breakup and Megan snitching in another video. But let me know your thoughts on the whole situation and how, like, literally none of the other couples were buying them.